Hey everyone, this is Judi with JLBCrafts. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thank you so much for giving me a try. In this video I'm going to be decorating and hand lettering the week of October 3rd through the 9th in the big lovely letters planner. There is a planner coming out next year from Happy Planner that is for lettering. It doesn't have the letter down here, and it's weird because when I think their listing is buggy because it shows a picture of a vertical interior, but it also further on in the pictures, if you scroll, shows a horizontal interior layout. It also in the description box says it's for lettering. So either way, you can use my challenges like these. There's a 2021 version and a 2022 version. The days will be off by like one number, but you can still use this. I've had several comments now about, can I use it? It doesn't have the letter of the week. That's okay. You can use it. You can use any horizontally lined paper and just use a couple rows together. But you can definitely use that. Print these out, 2021, 2022. Put them in the monthly view so that you know what to practice each day, and it will work perfectly fine for that. So anyway, so we are on capital letter O this week. So I am going with, I had two options, O for octopus or O for orange. And I was going to try to find an orange octopus, but I couldn't. So we are going with, I have the new Live Love Posh Fruits and Florals sticker book. So, and it's got several different orange pages. And then I picked a Simply Gilded washi tape. It's a little bit of a brownish orange, but that's okay. It's close enough. There's some brown in these pictures. I have a hair that is bugging me. Anyway, I think this is going to work nicely with that. So this sticker book has paper sticker, clear sticker, same thing. Paper sticker, clear sticker. So I think I will go, absolutely no, I'm going to go with these. I just can't decide if I want to go paper or clear. I can't write on them with my brush pen, so I think I'll go with paper. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm just going to do my normal. I'm going to put my washi tape across along the outside edge of the pages. Don't pull your washi tape super tight. When you trim the ends and it contracts, that's what causes your page to curl. I also do have a link in the description box of this video, and in fact all of my lettering videos. If you sign up using that link for Simply Gilded's No Spam newsletter, you will get a coupon code for $5 off a purchase of $15 or more, and I'll get that same code. It's enough to cover shipping unless your order is really, really big. So. And then for bullet points, I pulled my big bullet point book. I'll link in the cards up above a video showing how I make this. But basically, anytime I came across a page in a book that had all or mostly bullet points, I pulled it out and put it in this book. So I would have them all in one spot, and I wouldn't be just trying to remember which books had bullet points. I'm thinking maybe, I do love oranges. I'm thinking maybe I could use these gold hearts. Because the washi tape has gold, and I don't really need to check off these bullet points like a to-do list I would need to. So this is a good use for these. So let's do that. Okay, and then if we write in our words, I'm just grabbing a pen I happen to have handy. So capital O, of course. Okra. Little shopping list word there. Olds. Oops. So we have a little O right next to a big O. These two, we've got an ascender right next to a big O, so that's good. Onyx. Managed to snag a word that has an X. Oven. Maybe your cleaning list, you put oven on there. And then of course we have October, the month, to check out, to practice. So I'm gonna pick pens, probably 3-ish oranges and a green, and I'll be back. Okay, so there aren't a lot of orange pens, so that went pretty quick. So I have the firmest pen first, my Tombow Fudenosuke. Tombow is the brand, Fudenosuke is the product line. That's my firmest. I have the Zebra Funwari, again, Zebra product company brand, and Funwari is the product line. It's their small brush pen. I have the Calligraphy in Melon Punch. And then finally I have the Pentel Touch Brush Sign Pen, the only orange in that set, and it is the softest of the 4 brush pens. So I'm heavy-handed. I like to warm up firmest to softest because it's easier for me to control the firm pens. So you start out with the easy pens, and as you warm up, you get to the pens that are more difficult for you to use. If you are light-handed, you may find that that works in reverse for you and you want to start with the softest. So here we go. Firmest pen, the Fudenosuke. And I'm going to warm up with aces. That is the combination of letters that I'm on right now. I dropped my F and added the S. So very slanted. Have my paper turned way too far. Next is the Zebra Funwari. I've got the Calligraphy from Archer and Olive. I'll do one at the end, double high with the big end. And last is the Pentel Touch Brush Sign Pen. Okay, so let's do a deep dive into the capital O. They've got the small O here, which is quite a bit different than the way I do mine. And then here they're starting up high near the top line, and they're doing their big heavy down, light up, and then coming clear around and coming out. And you could use that, you could extend that a little bit and use it as kind of a connector stroke if you wanted. So that big loop makes it loopy so that it works better with the rest of the font that they've been developing up to this point. So if we look at the Tombow, this is the lettering practice worksheet, free download from Tombow. It's made to go with the Fudenosuke pens that we're using, or I'm using. So here's their O. So one of the things we notice about a lot of their letters, they're not quite as loopy. They're very vertical, but I do like this because it looks a lot like my lowercase o. They're starting midway between midline and the top line, straight into a heavy down, light up, big, exaggerated loop that goes pretty far to the left and grabs that tip, and then they're not doing any kind of a connector stroke. Connector stroke you do not need with capital letters, with majuscules. It's totally your preference. So next one we have, this is the Rainbow Crayola book that I got from Dollar Tree. You can get it at a lot of Dollar Tree still, or I have it linked from Amazon. It's more than $1 for Amazon, but for your convenience it is there. This one's very kind of swirly. It actually looks a little bit like a capital C that didn't know when it was supposed to stop to me. So can tell where to start by the dot. So they're starting almost at the top line. They're doing a little bit of a light down, a heavy up, and then a heavy down and a light up. So that one, I'm not super excited about that one. This is the boxed set from Crayola. I happened to get this. So these are loose leaf pages that I punched to go in my planner. I got this at Walmart. You could probably still find it there, or potentially at Amazon. So here they're putting all their loop at the end of the letter instead of at the beginning of the letter. So they're starting at the top, big heavy down, light up, and then they're doing a little loop here. So even though that comes out past the side of the O, it's up way too high to be a connector stroke. So I don't really care for that one much either. It's a little bit slanted. It's not perfectly round. It's definitely an oval. So, and then last but not least, I have the Calligraphy Made Easy book that I also purchased at Walmart. But again, I have all of these linked in the description box where I could find links for your convenience. Okay, so here's this one. They're actually starting down low at midline, heavy down, light up, and then their big offset to the left loop, heavy down, light up. And then this one, if you swung down even a little bit lower, you could probably use that as a connector stroke. And they swing down a little lower on some of these. That's one of the things I like about this book. It doesn't look like they made their perfect O and then just copied it. These look all separately written to me, and they show very slight variations, which is, you know, it's realistic. It's more realistic that way. And then sometimes this book has alternates. So let's look. Yeah. Oh, holy cow. Look at all the loopies on there. Definitely way too loopy for me. Way even loopier than the lovely letters from Happy Planner. So my goodness, let's untangle this. They are starting, I believe they're starting here. So around the same place, kind of above midline, but not all the way up at the top line. And they're going heavy down, light up, to make the basic shape of the O, and then they're coming around once, offset farther to the left, and they're coming around again, offset further to the right, and ending kind of in the center. So if you like the loopiness, the frilly loopy stuff, you might definitely like this one. You might give it a try. So, all right. For me, I'm doing a little bit of an offset to the left. That's what I did last year. I liked last year. I did play with how far out to come, so I'll show that to you. Okay, so I definitely start closer to midline. Let's get my paper right in the center here. Okay, so starting closer to midline, we'll go heavy down, light up, bringing my loop out, coming across, and then I like my connector to be below midline so it actually does function as a connector. So I like this. You can come out further, you can loop up higher. I really don't care for that. I definitely have my oval, normal oval shaped O. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with that. You can, like we've seen, you can do a little loop there. That works too. It actually doesn't look too bad. I just prefer to come out down in this region so that I can use that as a connector. So that's the one I'm going to continue to practice. So you could see there I played with starting down lower, and came back to starting up higher. I just like that better. This looks like a little stunted. I did play with how low I swing down, and they all look just fine to me. So I think O, I hope you don't have a hard time with your O. I think O is kind of an easy one. So, and we can all use an easy week, right? I kind of like the one starting at midline, actually. Not lower than midline, but I kind of like the midline one. I'm just dying to use the really fat end of this pen. Definitely needs to be double high. It doesn't work very well to be single high. The pen's just too fat for that. Okay, let's try connecting to the O with an ascender, a K in this case. So my A looks, the oval of my A looks more slanted than the oval of my O. So I want to work on that a little bit. Noticing when I start my O, I'm basically dropping straight down. And then when I come out around past it, that's what gives it its overall oval shape. So less slant on my A. Unfortunately, I had less slant on that O too. So I think I need to keep that slant on the O and this slant on the A, and I'll hit that sweet spot on both of them. There we go, that's better. Even though there seems to be a lot of variation in my O, it doesn't bother me for some reason. It bothers me more on a lot of the capital letters than it does on the O for some reason. All right, let's try another ascender. Let's try olds. Honestly, through this whole word, the O's are fine. I was thinking more about what things I could do to make my S more likable to me. So, all right, let's do oops. I love taking a word, putting in a word that has both a capital and a lowercase o. We'll get that in October as well at the very end of the lesson. So. So definitely interesting putting a capital and a lowercase, especially if you make them very, very similarly like I do. It's a little bit difficult to, at least this first try was a little bit difficult to connect them. I think I tried too hard to connect the tip of the capital O with the starting point of the lowercase o, and that doesn't necessarily need to happen because you're coming around with a heavy down, which is a fat line, which gives you more wiggle room, if you will, when you connect. So one thing that has happened, and this sometimes does happen where a new letter causes you some troubles, accidentally shifts the way you do a lowercase, you know, an already learned letter. And that is, since I'm coming so far out to the left on my capital O, it's causing me to do that a little bit on my lowercase o. And I don't really necessarily want to do that with my lowercase o. Oops. You knew there was going to be an oops in there at some point. I feel like this is a little bit crowded. I'm trying to add in a little more space there. right, first page done. Let's try an X. We haven't done an X in a while. Onyx. That X just keeps barely fitting on there. That time it didn't fit on there. We have a V. We don't get V's quite as often. Let's try oven. Looks pretty good. Okay, then last but not least, October, which I find is the month I end up writing in my planner the most because I tend toward a lot of blackout spreads in the month of October, and it's just fun to use a big fat end like this metallic brush pen. I have the Kuritake's, and writing October up the side of the monthly view, it's really fun, and I've done it a few times now, so hopefully you like your October, because it's, like I said, it's, for me at least, it's the one I write the most, so let's give it a try. I like that. I would absolutely put that in my planner. By myself, I just have to be careful that my C's don't start to look like E's because I curve in too far. Okay, that one definitely got squished. A little squished. We made it. All right, let's put it in my planner and compare to last year, which is going to be almost the same, except there was no There's no October last year. Let's see, I got rid of the word obit. Obituary, obit, it looks like. So there we go. So you can see, let's see. Oops is underneath. There's onyx, oven. So yeah, I like it. Looks like my O hasn't really changed a whole lot from year to year. I did start down a little bit lower in a lot of cases just to kind of open up that top part of the O a little bit more. So anyway, good luck with your O. I hope you love it. I hope you like the word October. Maybe do a blackout spread and use a metallic brush pen and write it real big in there. Give it a try. So I hope you like this video. Keep tagging me on Instagram so I can share your practice so we can support each other. If you do like this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you.